Okay, so I'm back down the mountain trying to capture that scene that's eluded me for many years now, that of a wild wedge-tailed eagle successfully hunting prey. Some of you would be aware that I tried to capture that scene a few years ago, which unfortunately was unsuccessful, mainly due to a pair of brown goshawks that had chosen to nest very close to where the eagles were nesting. And the goshawks were very proficient at catching kitten rabbits, which the eagles took full advantage of. So what turned out to be a film about the eagles successfully hunting ended up being a film where I tried to capture the goshawks successfully hunting. And that worked out really well. I managed to capture that scene, and quite pleased with how that footage looked. But it's been a few years now, and I've confirmed that the goshawks have moved on. I've been out here filming most afternoons over the last month or so. Unfortunately, they're not hunting rabbits by themselves, but they certainly are providing food for the chicks in ways that I didn't expect, which I hope you enjoy watching.
I'm filming in central Victoria, Australia, about halfway through the nesting season. It's late winter, and the eagles have chosen to use the same nest as last year, which overlooks the valley and their hunting grounds. Due to the plentiful supply of food, the female laid 2 eggs this year, which hatched around a week ago. This is a female, and she's come in to feed the chicks some leftovers from last night's meal. The birds are completely relaxed with my presence as the male arrives with the half-eaten rabbit. As a wildlife filmmaker, sitting in the hide filming this scene is about as good as it can get. They're such a majestic bird, and to film the whole family going about their business like this is very special. The young ones will fledge in 4 weeks or so, and during this time, the demands on the parents to provide food will be high. This is the period that I'll concentrate my efforts on trying to get the hunting shot that I'm after. I'm just keeping an eye on these cockatoos, because they're always keeping an eye out for potential predators, such as foxes and of course the wedge-tailed eagle. If there's a fox in the area or an eagle in the sky, chances are the cockatoos are going to see it long before I do, so they're really helpful when it comes to locating predators. Cockatoos are often on the eagle's menu, and I was lucky to witness a scene many years ago where the eagles I'm filming now attempted to catch one. Unfortunately, the eagle was unsuccessful, but it was spectacular to film nonetheless. I was quite surprised that the eagle would chase the cockatoo for so long, and it was interesting to watch the cockatoo as it always tried to stay above the eagle. This prevented the eagle from gaining speed in a dive, and also caused the eagle to expend a lot of energy as it tried to gain height. In the end, the eagle was no match for the cockatoo's agility and stamina, and it wasn't long before it gave up the chase. This time it's not the eagles that have spooked the cockatoos and galahs, but a red fox out hunting for food for its young ones. The rabbits are plentiful on the hill, and it's not long before it finds a potential target. The problem is that the rabbit is sitting by its burrow, making it impossible to catch. Later in the day, the eagles take up position on the tree on top of the hill. They know the fox is hiding in the rocks, and it's not long before the female takes to the air. She is a formidable predator and goes straight in on the fox without hesitation. She's not trying to attack the fox, as it's a great provider of prey. Instead, it's the prey that the fox may have caught that she's interested in. Foxes have an incredible sense of smell and often hide their prey. As is usually the case, the male backs up the female. He keeps an eye on the fox whilst the female has a closer look. In this instance, the fox doesn't appear to have any prey, but the female is suspicious. If the fox has hidden its prey, it will aggressively protect it, so she holds her wings drooped, just in case she needs to take flight quickly. The male thinks the fox has no prey and heads back to the tree, but the female's not convinced. She wants to take another look at the fox. Maybe it's hidden its prey somewhere behind the rock. But this time she's pushed the fox too far as it lunges at her. This behaviour would suggest the female was right to believe the fox had prey, but if it has, it's hidden it well. A few hours pass and the fox appears. Sure enough, it did have prey, but it hid it away from where the eagles had looked earlier in the day. It has a good look around and decides the coast is clear. I must admit I expected the eagles to come in on the fox, as they would have had a clear view of it from their nest. But somehow the fox has picked the right time to take its prey back to the den on the other side of the hill, where its 4 cubs are waiting. The winter weather returns with a vengeance. Strong winds and rain make the going a bit tough, but I know these days can be good for filming. Sure enough, I found the male out hunting. He's watching something just out of view, which I suspect is a fox. The following day the conditions are a bit better, although it's still very windy. This time it's the female I find. She starts a long glide down the hillside. Initially, I thought she was attacking the feral cat, but then I realized she's just trying to steal the kitten rabbit the cat has caught. Seeing the female eagle attack the cat with such aggression and thinking about the risks involved has me confused as to why she doesn't hunt live prey. It's very frustrating. She heads back to the updraft on the hill, followed by a forest raven. This scene shows a significant size difference between the eagle and the raven. She truly is a spectacular bird of prey. It's early spring and a beautiful day with sunny skies and light winds. I've positioned myself in the shade of the rocks and started the usual process of scanning for foxes, feral cats or goshawks. I'm also enjoying the company of this lone goldfinch, which is a bird I haven't seen in many years. It's a beautiful little bird, and filming it eating the thistle seeds helps break the long hours sitting whilst waiting for something to happen. The kestrel's out and about, and the rabbits and hares are comfortable coming out in the middle of the day for a sunbathe on the rocks. When it comes to filming eagles, I haven't had much luck in these sunny weather conditions. Instead, I prefer overcast days with a light breeze. But today would be different, as a female little eagle appears on the scene. The little eagle is Australia's smallest eagle, and arguably the most spectacular hunter. From my experience, if this bird chooses to hunt here, I know I'm in for some exciting action, as she will not stop until she's successful. She soars over the rocks with head down, looking for a rabbit that is just the right size and away from its burrow. And it's not long before I pick her up in a dive, carefully positioning herself in the light breeze. Unfortunately, it's close to the brown falcon's favourite hunting spot, and it's not long before they appear and drive the eagle off. However, with young ones to feed, she's not too concerned with the falcons, and simply repositions herself for the next target. It's a real thrill to film this scene, but deep down I'm hoping to capture her successfully hunting, and I don't have to wait long before seeing her in a dive. It's amazing to watch as it folds its wing close to its body to gain speed. It's got it. Unfortunately for the eagle, it's not aware of how things work around here, and I can't help but think how long it will take for the wedge-tailed eagles to appear. Maybe if it can quietly leave the scene with its prey, it can make it back to its nest. But the situation is deteriorating quickly as the local ravens and magpies announce the kill for all to see. This is the last thing she wanted, as she does her best to hold the rabbit. My thoughts turn to the wedge-tailed eagles and where they might be, as I want to capture them as they fly in to steal the prey. The ravens are so noisy and persistent, and it's hard not to feel for the little eagle as it attempts to feed its single chick waiting at the nest. Suddenly the ravens fly away and the quietness is restored. This can only mean one thing, and the little eagle knows it as it looks to the sky above. The wedges are coming, and it won't be long before they have the rabbit. They're in no rush, as the little eagle has no chance of escaping with the prey. It leaves the rabbit and moves on as the wedges continue their descent. It's the male that comes in to take the prey as the female returns to the nest on the nearby hill. The brown falcon mobs him, hoping for an easy meal. But their efforts are futile as he gets a firm grasp of the prey and takes to the sky. He flies towards me, giving me a great opportunity to capture him in flight. All this action took place in the middle of the day over a 10 to 15 minute period. It was a great experience, and it was the only action I saw that day. I wish it was the wedge-tailed eagle that had caught the rabbit, but capturing the little eagle successfully hunting was pretty special too. Filming the little eagle really boosted my morale, and it wasn't long before I was back out filming. Both eagles were out and about, and I could tell they were planning something. The female was already in position, and the male was coming in to join her. They've worked out where the fox has stashed its prey, and get into position for the raid. They just need to make sure the fox is not around, as it will aggressively defend its stash. The male leads and the female follows. Everything appears to be going to plan, but they've made a mistake in thinking the course was clear, as they land at the fox's hiding spot. The fox has spotted them and comes rushing in. The male takes fright and launches into the air, followed by the female. The plan was well executed, but the timing was wrong, and the fox gets to keep its hard-earned meal. Later in the day, when the eagles were not in sight, I watched the fox as it took the rabbit back to its den. Eagles work very closely with foxes when it comes to them sourcing food, even when they're hunting for themselves. Many years ago, I filmed this pair of eagles working in tandem with the fox to hunt rabbits. Here, the female on the rock sees the fox chasing a rabbit towards her. She attempts to catch it as it runs around the rock into the fox coming the other way. In hindsight, it was quite comical to watch. In the end, neither predator got the rabbit, which ran to its nearby burrow.
Yeah, well, you might be able to tell that it's the middle of the summer and very hot and quite different from the footage that I was filming a few months ago when the grass was lush green and It's now turned to very dry and brown, and we actually had a total fire ban today. But I thought I'd come down and just have a final check on the hill that I had been filming at. Unfortunately, as expected, there's no foxes or eagles around. I haven't seen anything today other than a feral cat that had a half-hearted attempt at some rabbits. So yeah, I think it's fair to say that the season's well and truly finished in the context of capturing the eagles hunting. And look, whilst I didn't capture the scene that I was after, I'm certainly pleased with the footage that I did get, particularly the little eagle catching the rabbit, and the subsequent footage of the male wedge-tailed eagle in flight. That was footage. I'm very pleased with that. So I hope you've enjoyed part 2. In part 3, I'm aiming to put together part 3, where I want to try and capture the majesty of the eagles. Quite a number of you in your comments have spoken about just how majestic the birds are, and I think if I can capture some footage of them in close proximity, 30 or 40 feet away from me, it really show just how regal and majestic the birds are. It really is quite an experience to film birds at such close quarters. I hope you've enjoyed watching what I've put together in this part 2, and I look forward to seeing you when I put part 3 together. So thanks again for watching.